What's up everybody, JJ Shankles the Go Toasters here, back with another episode of your tech news. Hopefully the audio works today. I've recorded this one twice already and the audio gets deleted. And so if you're watching it, I guess the audio did work today. So let's get right into it. First story of the day is actually audio related. The portable audio recording company Zoom created the new Zoom H8. It's an 8-track handheld audio recorder that comes with 6 separate XLR inputs, and with an added attachment you can get up to 10 different XLR inputs into there. Great for if you're doing a podcast with 8 to 10 different people talking at the same time, then maybe this is the handheld audio recording device for you. But kind of a niche market. I'm not sure exactly how many people are going to be recording that many different inputs at the same time. But if that's you and you need a device that as well fits in your hand, then the Zoom H8 has got you covered. And on to more camera news. Atomos and ZCam have tagged up to allow ProRes Raw at up to 5.6K over HDMI. This is huge levels of data being able to transmit across a simple HDMI cable. It will have to be a high quality HDMI cable, but this still pushes the boundaries of data rates across an HDMI interface. Previously, it had been big news when Atomos teamed up with the Nikon Z6 that I'm filming on right now, and they allowed ProRes Raw up to 4K across an HDMI cable. And now with ZCam, they're going to push that up all the way to 5.6K. So perfect for the select group of people who work in ProRes Raw and also want to shoot video above 4K. It allows you to push it all the way up to 5.8K. But talking about all that data you're going to be recording at 5.8K, you may need some magnetic tape storage, and Fujifilm has you covered. They claim within the next 10 years they'll have 400 terabyte magnetic tape drives. Currently in one drive they only have up to about 12 terabytes, but if you compress it even more you can get up to 30 terabytes of compressed data on these magnetic tape drives. While these do work slower than hard drives or solid state drives, it does provide a lot of data for very cheap because you can get these 12 terabyte drives for about $100. Now these aren't really an everyday solution that a normal person would purchase. This is more for big data solutions in a big data farm for Google or Amazon or large corporations would have, because the future really is driven by data as our phones and other devices are taking higher quality pictures and higher quality videos and we're storing them to the cloud. The cloud needs to expand with it, and Fujifilm is leading the way there. And talking about leading the way in hardware, ASUS may have leaked what the 3080 Ti, the next gen top of the line graphics card, will look like. This one image has been leaked online that this may be what the cooler looks like on their next generation graphics card. It's going to be similar to the previous year's 2080 Ti, that it will have a large bulky heatsink on there because these top of the line graphics cards create a lot of heat and you need a really good thermal solution to be able to transfer that heat away from the graphics card, keeping your graphics card cool and your frame rates high. It's rumored that these graphics cards will be released at sometimes toward the end of this year, maybe around the fall time. There's no exact date yet released by NVIDIA, the creator of these GPUs, but we could probably expect to see them somewhere around the end of this year, unless things get delayed like most things in 2020 are already being delayed or pushed back. So hopefully the end of this year, maybe early 2021. And talking about keeping your processors cool, Cooler Master may have your solution to keep your Raspberry Pi 4 nice and cool. This is a new case that acts as a massive heatsink. It's a large block of aluminum that acts as a massive heatsink to passively cool your Raspberry Pi 4. The Raspberry Pi 4 is a huge step over previous years' Raspberry Pi 3. It upgrades just about everything on there. The processor's better, the graphics are better. It allows dual monitor support natively, and you can get up to 8 gigabytes of RAM on your Raspberry Pi 4. So these are becoming more and more powerful, and with the increase in processing power also comes an increase in heat generated on the board. But Cooler Master has created a silent solution by creating just one massive heatsink that also acts as the case. They're releasing it in a Kickstarter in a couple days. The link is in the description down below if you're interested. Through the Kickstarter, you will get 20 to 25% off of the full price when it is fully released. Shifting gears into our video game news, Horizon Dawn Zero has a release date for the PC release. You only have to wait until August 7th to get one of PlayStation's biggest console exclusives on the PC. This game already had some amazing graphics on the PlayStation 4, and they say they're increasing the graphics even more for the PC release. Because computer components in general have the ability to just be so much more powerful than the PlayStation 4, this game can really push your computer to get some amazing graphics out of it. So this will be an exciting launch coming August 7th. And talking about more video games breaking the molds of tradition, NBA's 2K21 will be released at $70. This will be breaking a 50 15-year tradition of new games being released at $60. The $60 price point was set when the consoles of PS3 and Xbox 360 came out. They increased the new video games from $50 to $60, and it stayed that way for about 15 years now. But the company 2K wants to push that limit up to $70 with the next generation of consoles that are going to be coming out at the end of this year. It does make sense with inflation that after 15 years, prices will readjust, but we'll have to see if other companies follow suit or if anyone actually buys the game at that price. Hopefully 2K actually puts a lot of effort into this upcoming game to really make it worth that price premium. And on top of the normal edition of the game, they are releasing a special edition Mamba Forever edition to commemorate the NBA legend Kobe Bryant, who passed away at the beginning of 2020. And the cover art for these special editions look really good. I'll show some pictures over here. And onto the mobile space, talking about prices going up for video games, OnePlus wants to put prices back down for their new phones that are coming out. The upcoming OnePlus Nord, they claim, will be priced similarly to the OnePlus One, the first phone that the company OnePlus released. They say it will be something under $500. Final prices aren't certain as of yet, but they have released a couple videos showcasing what this phone will eventually look like. They say it will feature dual selfie cameras, so you might get a wide angle and a standard angle, and a bunch of other good budget features. Hopefully this will be a return to form for OnePlus, because they really got their start creating budget phones that were actually really high quality. But in recent years, and with their most recent OnePlus 8 line, these are nearly flagship prices on phones, so hopefully this will be a return to the budget phone market for OnePlus. And talking about budget phones that need to be released, Google needs to get it together and release their Pixel 4a. This will be the budget version of the Pixel 4. The Pixel 4 was released last October, and normally their budget version of the phone is released sometime early in the year, sometime mid-spring. But with 2020 and the illness going around, certain events have been delayed or canceled outright, and the Pixel 4a just kept getting pushed back. And as of now, there's no official release date for this phone. And last week on their official store, they've removed the Pixel 3a, which was last year's budget phone. So right now you can't buy a budget phone from Pixel. Definitely an interesting move from Google, because people who are looking and are waiting for this phone don't know when it could be released. It could be released next week, it could be a month from now, it could be in October when the Pixel 5 might be released. Kind of weird that a company as big as Google would just go silent on something as big as their budget phone release, because last year they sold so many Pixel 3As because everyone liked the Google software but didn't want to pay this flagship price. So it really was a great budget phone from Google. So we'll have to keep an eye on when maybe this could be released. And one final story to wrap it up here. Disney Plus, the streaming service by Disney, is now streaming the show Hamilton. It was a recording of the play done with the original cast done a couple years ago, and they do a really good job using different camera angles to show it is the actual production being done on stage, but they use multiple camera angles to really make the action come alive and keeps it interesting. Me and my fiance watched it last night and it was amazing. Such a good show. The songs are amazing. The acting is incredible. It's Broadway level. It's so good. I would highly recommend it. But that about wraps it up for our show today. If anything I said was infactual or I missed a story you wanted me to cover, make sure to comment it in the comments down below. And while you're down there, if you would hit the like and subscribe button, it really helps this channel out and it means so much to me personally. So if you could do that, thank you. But anyway, I hope you guys have an amazing day out there. Make sure you're staying safe. Make sure you're washing your hands a lot. It is 2020 after all. But I hope you guys are staying safe wherever you are, and I will see you on the next video. Go Toaster out.